Hey, what's up, everybody? Fantasy NBA today. Rick Kamla, Hall of Famer, Steve Alexander. We're rocking and rolling through the offseason. We're halfway through July. We got a ways to go until we get hoops, right? But we're having fun treating the offseason as only we can with the best fantasy basketball show on earth. It is Cam, it is Doc, and we want to tell you about the best way to how do I want to say this? Invest your money into sports. It's through betonline.com. Continues to be your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season's in full swing. Football season's right around the corner. BetOnline has more ways for you to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting. They've got MLB, UFC, tennis, NFL futures, and beyond. BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering info. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. Chill out a little while. They have all the top Vegas-style games, poker, and a live casino, and much more. Head to the website today, betonline.com. Take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Bet Online, the game starts here. Doc, let me scroll down in my little rundown here and get to the next player debate for us. And it is, I like this one. Scotty Barnes and Jalen Johnson. Go.
That's a good question. They both have an injury history. They're both very, very talented players. They're both players that I think a lot of people are high on, and expectations are going to be high again this year. I'm going to go Jalen Johnson. Maybe it's a little bit of a homer pick with me being close to Atlanta. Scotty Barnes didn't have as good of a season last year as he was supposed to. You know what? I'm going to go with Scotty Barnes. He's got the more friendly fantasy game. Like, Jalen's fun, but Scotty Barnes, if he clicks like he's supposed to, can win you a league by himself. I'm going to go Scotty. He's got more assists, more of a point guard mentality in a forward body. I'm going to go Barnes. Muted.
I did not expect that. I did not expect to be muted, and I did not expect you to say Scotty Barnes.
I didn't either. I was going Jalen, and I changed my mind in the middle of it.
That's a surprise. I believe you made the right pick, Doc, and it's subjective. It's an opinion. So this is kind of cool. I'm going to give you guys a stat line comparison, and you're going to see that it's like, how do you make the choice between these guys? Last year, Jalen Johnson went 19, 10, and 5, 1, 1, and 1. It was like a steal and a half, 1 block, and a little bit over a 3. 1, 1, and 1. Scotty Barnes, 19, 8, and 6, 1, 1, and 1. Okay, and that's over the last 2 years. That kind of aggregated the lines, right? But he's been very consistent with that. So the points are the same at 19. The PRA, let's go to the rebounds and assists. It's 15 for Jalen. It's 14 for Barnes. You got the 1, 1, and 1, and it's almost a mirror image in what they do there. I mean, stat set wise, these guys are remarkably similar. Here's the difference. Doc, like what you said about Scotty Barnes. I don't really agree with it. I don't want to sink your battleship about it because the last 2 years, Barnes has been hit, right? Played 65 games last year, but he was playing through a thumb injury late into the year, and that impressed me on a tanking team. So he's a gamer. He's an availability guy. He played 60 games the year before. He had a significant injury. I can't remember what it was. The 2 years before, he went 77 and 74. So to me, this is a pretty good games played read for me, especially contexting him playing through a pretty nasty injury for a lot of the time on a tanking team last year. That's the stuff that matters for me that I put in the back of my brain as I build a book on these guys. Jalen Johnson's games played 36, 56, 70, 22. 3 out of 4 years have been torpedoed by injuries. So hopefully this is not that year. But I feel like Jalen Johnson's quite a bit more of an injury risk for Scotty Barnes. That's the tipping point for me over to Scotty Barnes. Andre is asking, our great producer, BITB, Andre Lemouche, does the Raptors' current roster, he says no shooting, help or hurt Barnes? Doc, you first on that one.
I mean, hopefully it makes him be a more focal point focal part of the offense. I don't. Do they not have any shooters? Is Grady Dick not worthy? I don't know.
He's a shooter, but he's not in their starting
I mean,
five, so that makes it kind of tough.
you want a guy like Scotty Barnes to have some shooters around him. I think, Scotty Barnes can play point guard for his team if he needed to or wanted to. So I would like to see him have some shooters out there, but it's not going to dissuade me from taking him.
Me either. And Andre's also, saying quickly here, that's the starting five. Quickly, Barrett Barnes, Ingram, Pirtle. Again, not terrible on paper. I'm not worried about Zion in New Orleans. I'm not worried about Ja in Memphis. I'm not worried about Ingram in Toronto because these guys hate the game. They love the money, the chicks, the cars, the houses, the travel, all that. They hate the game. The game's a job to them. So Ingram to me is not going to disrupt Scotty Barnes at all. I think Scotty Barnes is the best player on this team. He's a max player. He's their true number one face of franchise. He's going to get all that he wants. Barrett and Quickly with a healthy Ingram, they're the ones that are going to suffer. Chew on that bagel and tell me how it tastes.
Yeah, I mean, every time I'm reminded that Brandon Ingram is playing for Toronto, I'm just like, I still don't understand what they were doing making that move.
Is that why they fired Masai Ujiri? Because they fired Masai Ujiri. They fired him, bro. One of the gangster GMs. He brought a chip to fucking Toronto, bro, and they whacked him. It was probably the Brandon Ingram deal. They were like, what were you doing, dude?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not worried about Brandon Ingram ruining Scotty Barnes, but stranger things have happened. I don't know. Scotty Barnes is in Toronto. Like, there's nothing fun about Toronto's team, right?
I disagree. I do. I like their starting five. Their bench sucks, but I like their starting five. Dude, you're a Pirtle guy, right?
I'm all right with Pirtle.
Yeah, I guess I'm all right with Pirtle. No, Barrett, I agree with you. I'm not Barrett, I respect RJ. I'm not a fan of Barrett though. Like, I don't know respect him, but I'm not a fan of RJ. I ain't trying to get RJ Barrett on my team.
I may have just talked myself right back out of Scotty Barnes. Maybe I'm going Jalen Johnson here. Yeah, that's the thing. This is close. It is really close. You read the numbers, close. Dude. They're basically identical. Can Jalen Johnson stay healthy? Becomes the main question. I don't know if he can or not. He's got 2 strikes against him, right? Like, we're almost to strike 3.
Yes. Jalen, don't play 50 games this year, bro, because me and Doc, you'll be dead to us. We don't want to do that. Doc, we love this guy. I love Jalen Johnson.
I do too.
Dude, he is a healthy season in Atlanta, helping me win a chip in the Cam Dynasty away from me getting a Jalen Johnson jersey. It's like that. If I win a chip, I get a couple of jerseys to commemorate the guys that helped me win the chip. And I have not gotten it. Well, Jalen hasn't helped me win a chip. He's been out the last 2 years. I'll say Scotty Barnes on this one. All right, Doc, how many do we have left? We have 3 left. I love these player debates, dude. More to come, by the way, throughout the offseason. All right, Chet Holmgren or Jalen Johnson? Ooh, feast on that one.
I mean, it depends on what I need at that point in the draft, but generally speaking, I think Jalen should be drafted ahead of Holmgren. It seems kind of weird. I'm Ron Burgundy. Chet is really hurt by the Hartenstein arrival. And he's not the man. We have a 2-headed center in Oklahoma City, and they're both good, and they both play a lot of minutes, but they both eat each other's stats up. I'm going to say Jalen Johnson.
Do you remember when Ron Burgundy told Veronica Corningstone, wasn't that her name? Yeah. He's like, at the pool party, he's like, I'm just going to come out and say it. And you receive it how you want to read. You just throw it right back at me. He goes, I want to be on you. I don't even know if I would be able to do the show now. Like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. So funny. And then you know the fight where they're chopping off like the arms of broadcasters on other networks and stuff, like with these like medieval weapons. Like, what is happening? It's one of the best movies ever, dude. You said Jalen. I also say Jalen, Doc, because we have two huge injury risk guys. So that's mitigated here for Jalen Johnson. We talk about Jalen, you got to play games. Same thing with Chet. Okay. So that elevates Jalen Johnson for me. In this head-to-head debate, Jalen Johnson has way more upside than Chet Holmgren. Jalen Johnson has a way better overall stat line than Chet Holmgren. Jalen has the bounce back factor. He knows that he's had 2 seasons ruined by injuries. He knows that. He's in the gym working right now, trying to just have a kick-ass year. Chet is on a victory tour, and he's going to be really good next year, and I do see more rest. Okay. What do the champs do? Champs come back and they rest more than they did the year before. Every single time. I don't think Chet's going to be rested 15 games, but he'll be rested more than he was last year, especially late in the season. That's another, I mean, we have a great player debate here, right? You got to find tipping points, little nuances, little nitpicky stuff. That's a thing for me. Think about the stat line comparison, Doc. Chet Holmgren last year's PRA was 15, 8, and 2. Like, that's not even good. Like, that's adequate. Jalen Johnson was 19, 10, and 5. Chet, you know, that his special stat is blocks, 2.2. It's elite. He was a 1.4 threes last year, which was down from 1.6. So he's special in one category. And I F with Chet. I'm not saying I won't draft him because I'm obsessed with blocks and the combination at bigs of blocks and threes. And he is that. Okay. So I do F with Chet, but not over Jalen Johnson. Chet's games played the last 3 years have gone 32, 82, 0. Okay. Huge injury risk. Give me Jalen Johnson. All right, Doc, I'm going to hit home with this one as well. I'm going to say, I never say this word, but I'm going to say it just to maybe get you laugh. I'm positing. Can you say that? It's in positioning, but can you say pose it and just put an ing on it? Is that even a word? I see that word. It's a word I don't like. So I'm actually kind of mocking the people that use that word by now saying it. I'm a whack job. I realize this by now. But I give you my guy, Paolo Banchero, against your guy, Josh Giddey.
Oof. I think that's tough, but I feel like I should be able to get Banchero in like round 3 and then Giddey in round 4. I'm taking Banchero before I'm taking Giddey as of right now. I do love Giddey's PRA. It's massive. I wish Banchero was more of a shot blocker. And I wish he did a few other things, but I do think he got paid. He's going to be one of the faces of the league going forward. And I just think he's that guy. He's like that good. And I'm going to go Paolo.
I go Paolo as well. Doc, not by much. I think I've got him separated literally by one spot in my rankings. So this is going to be, I'm trying to think of an example of a guy. I mean, not SGA. I mean, the guy won the scoring title, the championship finals, MVP. Like, it's not, I don't see that from Paolo, but I see like, I guess a burst year. I'd have to look back. There's examples of this. I just don't have one right now. We're talking about a first overall pick on the ascent. Numbers get better every year. Entering his 4th year. There's a ton of excitement in Orlando. There's excitement around the league for Orlando. Okay. The whole thing is ready for a pop year. Suggs is ready for a pop year. I mean, just stay healthy, right? Bain, Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., you got Goga, you got Mo. Like, they're ready to go. Orlando's going to be a top 4 team in the East. They are going to be super fun to watch. And like one of the it teams this year. You want to plug into all that, man. It's going to be an all-NBA season for Paolo. It's going to be an all-star season for Paolo. And, Doc, I have one more thing for you to chew on here. I believe Paolo Banchero is going to enter the MVP conversation this year. I don't think he's going to be at the core of it, like with Giannis, SGA, and Jokic, but I think he's going to be in the next tier of it. I think all year long when I do MVP top 10s for my NBA show, Paul is going to be safely in that top 10. Now, you got to win to get there, but I think that's going to happen. Check out Paulo, Doc. Last year, 26, 7, and 5. Giddey's not averaging 26 points a game. He may flirt with a 20-point triple-double, but he's not averaging 26 points a game. We're getting 7 and 5 from Paulo in the boards and assists, 1.4 combined defensive stats, which, like you said, we need an uptick there, but it's still somewhat lowishly adequate, 1.93. So I say Paulo Banchero, Doc, and I am high on Giddey this year. Can I thought bubble on Josh Giddey for a minute?
With you can, and then I would like to thought bubble on Paulo when you're done.
Well, go first on Paulo, and I'll circle back with this with the Giddey.
Well,
hit me with the
I was just going to say to your MVP point. I agree with you on that, and I feel like we're where Anthony Edwards was last year with Paulo. The year before, when Minnesota had a great record, nobody was talking about Anthony Edwards being the MVP. No one. And we're like, man, this is the best team in the West, and he's the best player on it, and he's getting zero love from Vegas. But then this year rolled around, and Anthony Edwards' name was brought up a lot. And the league wants Anthony Edwards to be the face of the league, and I think they also want Paulo to be right there with him. So I do think he's going to get MVP love this year.
Cool. I don't know if you mentioned Jalen Brunson in that. Remember 2 years ago, he kind of was that guy with that pop and, oh, wow, now you're on the fringe of MVP. I think he actually finished 5th in MVP voting 2 years ago. And I don't know where Cat finished in voting this year. I had him 3rd. I had Cat 3rd. I had him ahead of Giannis. I love Giannis. We all love Giannis. If you don't love Giannis, you suck. But I feel like he's slightly overrated. I do. Like, people love voting for Giannis, man. It's kind of like Milwaukee's just been kind of okay. Giannis is doing the same exact thing as the year before, but you love him for MVP? Really? To me, MVP, you've got to do something really special. And like I had Giannis 4th, so it's not like I'm dissing the guy. But Cat, who had a more special season last year, Doc? Cat or Giannis?
Cat.
For sure. His stats weren't as good, but he had a more special season, a more impactful season. So I thought he should have got more MVP love last year. All right, Doc. This is going to be interesting because you and I disagree on Boston. I believe I said this on Monday's episode. I'm not crazy about Jaylen Brown and Derek White because I believe they're going to be shut down for a soon-to-be tanking Boston Celtics team. Hell, I already think they're tanking. They're starting Keita and Niang at the center and power forward. You're tanking. So I think these guys are going to be shut down. So you probably kind of know where I'm going with this answer, but where are you going with this? De'Aaron Fox versus Jaylen Brown, head-to-head player debate.
I'm going to go De'Aaron Fox. Throwing lobs to Wemby all year should be pretty easy and fun. If we can get Chris Paul to get out of the freaking way, Chris Paul's gone, right?
He gone, bro. He's not even on a team right now.
He is out of the way. So that's, thank goodness, because he's like 40 and he thinks he's still a starting point guard. Maybe he is. I don't know. But, Chris Paul's out of the way. Wemby should be back and healthy. We see him doing bicycle kicks. The Spurs are going to be playing to win games this year. Like, I think this Greg Popovich, he was always kind of weird. You never really knew what Pop was going to do. And he's out of the picture as well, which should mean that it should be full steam ahead for San Antonio. So I'm easily taking De'Aaron Fox here because I don't like Jaylen Brown's fantasy game anyway.
All right. I forgot about the Giddey thing, which I'll circle back to in a minute, but let's stay on topic here for this. This is a no-brainer for me. I actually, like I said, my top 50 is a mess. I got to redo it, but I've already dropped White and Brown down because I went into it playing it straight, not really thinking about games played. But no. I got to add that nuance because I'm not drafting. I had me and Jaylen Brown, it's a thing, right? So, but I'm I don't want him over him. I don't want him over him. I don't want him over him or him or him. So boom, he just dropped 10, 15 spot because This opinion could completely blow up in my face, or you all are going to be calling me geniuses. There's no in between. I'm either going to be a goat, as in like the goat out in the yard, or I'm going to be, or you guys are going to be like, dude, that was a hell of a call by you. I see Boston tanking like Golden State did in the year after Clay and Durant got hurt. Steph got hurt first week of the season. They shut it down. They won 15 games. I think Boston's doing that this year. They're trying to turn a negative into a positive. All right, Tatum's out. We already got our books right. Okay, so we're solvent there. Now let's tank, get a high draft pick, and really go out and kick ass and take names next year. That's just how I see them. They haven't told anybody that. That's my read on what they're doing. De'Aaron Fox, Doc, last year, I believe he's going to be much better than this with a full year there, comfortable. It's your new home. They'll have a full training camp together. I just think it's going to be better. As it was, Doc, in 17 games with San Antonio last year, Fox was 24-7. Okay, 1.5 steals, 1.5 threes. And again, that was in 17 games. So it would be Jaylen Brown if Boston still had Porzingis and Drew Holiday. I'm taking Jaylen Brown here. But those trades signaled to me a tank. And so I'm going to punt Jaylen Brown for De'Aaron Fox. Now, let me circle back to the Giddey thing, Doc. The Giddey thing is pissing me off because how dumb are the Chicago Bulls? Dude, Doc, Josh Giddey does not want max money. I mean, he does, but he's not asking, according to reports, for max money. If I were Josh Giddey and his agent, I would be asking for max money right now. Okay. And see where it went. So the report is that Josh Giddey wants $30 million a year. Doc, are you stroking 4 years and 30 mil? Are you going 4 and 120 for Josh Giddey? How do we not have a deal? Most teams in the league would give Josh Giddey 4 years and 120.
I mean, he was way better than advertised next year. Maybe the Bulls are afraid that was a fluke. I don't know. I don't know how you say it was though, because he did it. And there's no reason he can't do it again. Now he's got confidence. He's got, the whole Oklahoma City disaster is behind him. So, yes, they should be paying him. I don't understand.
Let me ask you a question. Is there anybody else in the Chicago Bulls that excites you?
I hate to say this, but I'm still kind of fired up about Buzelis over the next 5 years.
Understood. But are you excited? Are you
he doesn't excite me? No. Giddey's the only player on that team that I can think of without looking at their depth chart.
I mean, it's Kobe White, it's Vooch, it's Pat Williams, it's a bunch of random ass bench players. I mean, you know the drill.
I like Kobe, but Giddey is exciting.
Again, I like Kobe too. Are you guys excited about Kobe White going in? Nobody's excited about Kobe White going in. Billy Donovan's not excited about Kobe White going into next year. There's reports they might want to trade him. He'll play him. He'll get 20 points a game. All right, just wanted to vet that with you. I think it's dumbassery. If Josh Giddey wants $30 million a year, you should thank him for willingly taking a team-friendly deal. That's not even close to the max, by the way. That's like half the max, or like, I don't know, 60% of the max. What are you dumbasses doing? Sign the guy. Guys, the best way to keep track of all the news coming out of the NBA, the NFL, and Major League Baseball is through the Sports Ethos app. Trust me on this one. Go to your app store, download it now, the Sports Ethos app. It's completely free, guys. Plus, all of our fantasy basketball freaks, for all our fantasy basketball freaks, just like us, we have the tools that will help you dominate your leagues. So please check that out. Go to our website as well, sportsethos.com, and subscribe to our work. Okay, Doc, let's move on here to draft groups. And like I said, we'll have more player debates later on in the summer, but we have exhausted our list for now. Let's get into some draft groups. If you were drafting today, who would you take out of these groups, and how do you rank the players within the group? All right, group number one, Doc, is and this is a big one. These are the three bigs in the first round after the top four. All right, you can cluster them, and you've got all the guards, right? From Edwards to Curry to Harden to Booker to Maxey, and then all those guys start kicking in, right? I'm forgetting a name, Kate Cunningham, all those guys. But you also have this cluster of three bigs. And there's a clear, to me, separation Draw a line after these guys, and then it's the rest of the bigs. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Anthony Davis, and Karl Anthony Towns. Rank those guys.
I'm going Cat, AD, Giannis. And you said we love Giannis. Everybody loves Giannis. I'm not a Giannis hater, but I'm not a Giannis. He just doesn't do it for me. Like, make a free throw every now and then. Your knee always hurts. It just makes me nervous. And I'm going Cat based on the fact he stayed healthy and got it done all last season. AD's injury history scares the crap out of me. But I love AD in Dallas. I mean, he's going to be the man. And then Giannis with a basically new look Milwaukee team in Milwaukee. So I'm going Cat, AD, Giannis.
Cat, AD, and Giannis. Let's see, Cat, AD, and Giannis. We're completely different. Completely different. We don't have any of the ordering the same as well. So we're going to have to invoke an opinion here from Andre. BITB. Andre, please rank Davis, Cat, and Giannis, and let's compare this. Let's get like a consensus or something.
Hey, what is BITB, by the way? I don't even know.
Best in the business.
BITB.
Would you agree with that with Andre, or am I biting off more than I can chew?
Well, dude, you've got a lot more experience in the business than I do. You saw me in a suit with some hair and makeup from my NBC days a little while ago. I have not had many producers, but that's not. I mean, I've worked with a lot of radio and some TV and a lot of podcasts. Yeah, he's by far the most organized and diligent and professional producer I've ever had, for sure.
So I echo all of that. It's the knowledge, the attention to detail, the planning,
the amount of work he puts into it.
All that. But it's like as hosts and, as they say, talent. I hate that phrase. He puts you in the best position possible to succeed. And I've worked with producers, and you're like, really? That's it? Okay, so it's all on me. Okay, cool. I understand these things, right? Like with Andre, it's not all on you. Like, he helps out with content. He's just amazing, and he's blushing. And I'm sure, like, shut up, guys, and get back to work here. But he's BITB. So Doc went with these three guys: Cat, AD, Giannis. Andre went AD, Giannis, Cap. Completely different from your list. I have a feeling me and Andre have the same list. All right, where's mine? I got AD, I got Giannis, and I got Cat. Okay, so me and Andre are mirror images here. AD, then Giannis, then Cat. Doc went Cat, AD, Giannis. So let's do. So AD then is 1, Giannis is 2, and Cat is 3. If you like aggregate the 3, it's kind of a fun little study right there. But Doc, I'm fading Cat, bro. I think that was a career year from Cat. He's never been that high in MVP talk. The stats were amazing. Thibodeau, dude, how many times was Cat had a little thing flexing his knee, down on the ground with his ankle, and you're like, oh God, here we go. Cat, miss one game, come right back and play. Tibbs, telling you, bro. Mike Brown. Bro, I love Mike Brown. We talked about this. Phenomenal guy, terrific coach. I like to hire. Bro, Mike Brown is not going to, like, challenge you. Like, because Cat went to, like, Tibbs and, like, yo, man, I'm kind of hurt. He's like, what can you give me tonight? Like, that's what Tibbs will say to you. What can you give me tonight? He's not giving you the easy way out. Oh, maybe you just take tonight off, right? And you'll be better with it. Because that's what Mike Brown might say. Tibbs was like, what can you give me tonight? Okay, so Cat's like, well, all right, fuck it. 33 minutes, 24 and 12. Right? I got to play. I'm not going to go out there and play 18 minutes. Tibbs wants me to play. He doesn't think my ankle injury is really a thing at all. So all that went out the window. I think Cat's coming. I think Cat's coming back. I still have him as a first-round pick, Doc, but I will take 80 first because the upside. The upside's humongous. It's frankly, no, I can't say it. I got to check up. I was going to say it's Wemby-esque, but it's not, because AD's not going to hit the threes that Wemby does. So I take that back. But I'm not crazy about Giannis's stat set, Doc. There, I said it. That's the difference, man. Because Giannis is like 1.2 blocks, 1.1 steals. Okay, that's good. His PRA is second only to Jokic. It's phenomenal, but doesn't hit threes. I don't care about the free throws, but he doesn't hit threes, and his defense is better in real life than it is in the box score. So there you go. There you go. AD, then Giannis, and then Cat for me and Dre, and Doc had Cat, AD, and Giannis. So you have Cat first among this group. Are you not concerned with the coaching change and maybe the motivation change and the drive change for Cat? Are you not concerned about that?
I'm hugely concerned about it. Yeah.
But you just have all these knocks about these other guys too. So this
I'm
is a lesser
about
of
all
three.
three. I'm concerned about all three of them, dude.
So this is a lesser of three evils conversation for you.
I mean, I don't draft Giannis. I can't. I'm not going to put 62% free throw shooting on my team. When free throw percentage is a category, I'm just not going to do it. Anthony Davis goes to Dallas last year and gets hurt in his very first game. They call him Street Clothes. His nickname is Street Clothes. He's been in the locker room at some point during almost every game of his NBA career. I know. I don't want any. I'm scared of all of them, and I am worried.
God.
I am worried that Thibodeau is the reason that Cat had such a good year last year.
Okay, so are you kind of fading all three of these guys? Are you kind of low key saying that you're fading? Like first round, it's the meat of the first round. We're talking picks 5 through 10. You're taking a guard over these guys, aren't you?
Yeah, probably. Probably. Dude, I would probably take Cade Cunningham over all of them.
Edwards too?
Oh yeah, Ant for sure.
I gotta do more thinking about Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis for me right now. We've talked about this. Who's 5? And I've said Edwards. It's one of those things, Doc, that like we talk about it now, right? Yeah, I'd rather have Ant-Man. I don't know if you get me in a draft, Doc, and I have that 5th pick. You know how it goes. We talk, and we're not flip-floppers, and we're consistent and all that, but you get in a draft, and you feel that adrenaline, and it's the moment of truth, right? Like, am I really taking Ant-Man over Anthony Davis? Is that what I'm doing right now?
Well, and when I just look at this list, without putting my brain into it, the answer is AD, Giannis, then Cat, which I think is probably what your guys' answer.
That's what we have. Yeah.
Because Anthony Davis, if he plays 70 games,
League winner.
You're good to go.
League winner.
You are good to go. But I just think there's so much risk in counting on him to play in 50 games. It just it scares me. So
this is a weird take, but remember the curse of the Luke Bino that we talked about? I mean, Davis got hurt in his first game. Kyrie blows the tire. The curse of the Luke Bino, right? But the curse of the Luke Bino, I think, was lifted with the flag pick. I feel like, right? Like, you got flagged, dude. Would you have a 1.9% chance to get flagged? That's not cursed. That's not cursed. That's a hookup from the league. But I think the hookup from the league lifted the curse off of the team. So I know it's a weird angle, but for that reason, I'm not as concerned about Anthony Davis getting injured. If Dallas got the 10th pick and it'd still be the curse of the Luke Bino. Them getting flagged to me changed everything. The league was like, we ain't letting you go out like that, man. We got you. We got you over here, bro. We're going to need some shit down the line from you. All right? It's a two-way street here,
and
but we got you.
I mean, it really did stop all of the negativity that was going on regarding Dallas. Like everybody just kind of shut up about it.
That's why they gave him the pick, bro. It's no coincidence. This isn't just happenstance. Dallas makes the worst trade in NBA history. Their entire state hates the franchise. This is not good for business, Doc. It's a business move. It's not even a basketball move. The NBA is like, we can't have the Dallas Mavericks be irrelevant and be cursed and be hated by their own fan base. We can't have that. Now, if it was the Bucks or Timberwolves, they wouldn't give a good gosh darn, okay? But it's the glitzy, very visible Dallas Mavericks. Cubano, the whole thing. You get it.
And it also makes me wonder what Luka thinks about all this too. Like, Oh, they get rid of me and they replace me with Cooper Flagg, and now, I've been dragged through the mud that I'm not really that good, and I haven't won squat yet. And I was already supposed to be
And I'm
MVP.
fat.
I'm getting in the gym, son, and I'm just gonna hurt people this year.
Oh, dude, did you see my tweet yesterday? They NBA Central put out a picture of Luka with a drink in his hand and Bam Adebayo with his drink in his hand. I think they were in Greece or something, traveling Europe, partying. The exact same thing I'd be doing right now if I were them, right? And I think I quote retweeted. I said, "Where is Michael Finley?" And I put a mug of beer. Michael Finley, remember when he took the beer away from Luka?
He took it away, and Luka was just like, "What just happened?"
Time to go get another one.
All right, I'll get one when I get home.
He's like, there's 30 more.
He's got a 30 rack of Miller Lite in his garage. There's more where that came from.
Bro, so like back in the day, just for some young heads out there, I'm talking like 70s, 80s, I don't know, 60s and stuff like that. But dude, they would have like a tub of ice with beer in it in the locker room. And maybe they still do. But like, so you'd see like guys go up for interviews with a beer in their hand. And all those cats were smoking back in the day, dude. They were all smoking. In the dugout, they were smoking during the game. That's so dope, dude. I mean, it's so wrong, but it's so right.
That picture of Dave Parker smoking in the dugout, like it's so etched in my brain.
It's like, may he rest in peace, man. We just
lost. I remember Bob
Lanier.
I remember getting Bob Lanier's autograph after the game, and he had a beer can in his hand, and his hand just towered over it. And like Larry Bird was famous for crushing beers after games. It was just how it was.
All right, I got to give you a quick birdie story. I can't tell you where I got this story. I can't, but I can tell you the story. One of his former teammates, I'll leave it at that. And you can maybe read between the lines who I've worked with, who I've not, but I'm not going to say the name. This guy told me that in the offseason, and I'm not going to give the number of beers either, okay? Because I don't want to like do Larry like that. But I was told that his offseason regimen involved shooting. And like, so he would shoot for like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours every day. And I would just put, I was told he drank more beer than Gatorade while he was doing that. And so like, it's just funny, right? Like he's out there working on his game. Larry Bird, greatest shooter of all time until Steph Curry came, and was drinking beers throughout a lot of his workouts just because he liked it. And that's Larry freaking Bird. So anyway, beer drinking in the locker room. Not sure if they do it anymore. Do you remember when Don Nelson, remember Nelly with the Golden State days? He'd bring a Bud Light out with him and put it right there on the podium and sit out with do the interview. It's like just drinking.
I feel like he was a Miller Lite guy.
Maybe he was a Miller. I forget the brand, but he's always had a beer out there with him. I know Kevin McHale from time to time, as the coach of the Rockets, would bring out a little red Solo cup, and probably was not water in there.
Dude, there are some good Don Nelson stories out there, man. And he lives, he's got that house in Maui, and Don Nelson, that dude could party.
I want to party with Don Nelson. I want to party with Don Nelson and Willie Nelson, man. I want to party with those. And Snoop. Let's fly in Snoop too, because Snoop will be, never mind. All right, group 2 here, Doc. We've got Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, and Trae Young. All right. Stack, rank, Ant-Man, Curry, Trae.
I'm going to go Ant, Curry, Trae. Just the order that it's already in. I think Ant-Man's going to go 6th or 7th, maybe 5th in drafts this year. Curry and Trae, I think, is a toss-up. I'd rather have Trae, I think, just because he's younger. Yeah, I'm going to go Ant, Trae, then Curry. That's my final answer. But Curry and Trae are a toss-up to me. I think Ant's
it's tough. It's tough. Curry's there's a whole bundle here. Edwards, Trae, Cade, Harden, Booker, Curry, Maxey. Good luck. Like out of that, and Booker's not in this group, but Booker would be higher than some of these guys. He wouldn't be higher than Ant-Man, but he would probably. I would have him above Trae and Curry, but I don't want to convolute the thing. We're talking Ant, Trae, and Curry. For me, it's same order: Ant, Trae, then Curry. And let's vet this for a minute. I feel like Steph Curry. I know you guys are going to hate me for saying this. I feel like he might be a little overrated for fantasy basketball. Let's vet this. Is this true? Games played hasn't been a problem, Doc. 70, 74 the last 2 years. It was 56, then 64, 63. He had a period there. I mean, that was 6 years of pretty lousy attendance. Missed almost a full year. But the last 2 years, dude, 74 and 70 games. It's a good look. Makes me feel better about this. So let's like round and aggregate. Steph's going to be at about 25 points per game. His PRA is going to be 25, 4, and 6. He's always right around 4 boards, always right around 6 assists. He'll be at like 1.1 steals, while 4.4 threes is just gargantuan. And then the percentages are the free throw percentage is crazy, 93%. He's led the league in free throw shooting 5 times. What a stud. 91.1 for his career. Is that the all-time leader for free throw percentage? 91.1, bro. I'm going to say right now that's the all-time leader. I don't think there's anybody above 91.1 for their careers. I know Andre
Stockton or Nash, no?
Well, I'm thinking Rick Barry, too. Nash is a great call, dude. I don't even remember Nash missing free throws. Like, I just don't. I remember Steph missing free throws, Doc, for 2 reasons. The announcer makes a huge deal out of it every single time he misses a free throw, right? And Steph gets so mad at himself when he misses a free throw. He's like, I suck. Steph is number 1. Wow. How about that? So, Doc, PRA of 25, 4,
Nash
and
is
6.
number 2.
Good call, dude. 1.1 steals, 4.4 threes. I'd rather have Trae Young's line, dude. Give me the 24 and 12 because the rebounds and steals are going to be basically the same for Trae and Steph. You can throw those categories out. Steph's going to probably be about 1.5 3 balls more per game. That's the really ultra special stat for Steph. But so his PRA is going to be right around 35. Trae's PRA, let's go 24, 12, and 3. That's 39. Trae's got a better PRA than Curry. Same steals, same rebounds. Curry's got him by a little bit in 3 balls. So you can see how close it is between these two guys. Give me Trae Young, dude. Give me the league leader in assists. Give me those 12 dimes, which is more difference making to me even than Curry's 4.4 threes.
Curry's scoring has dropped in each of the last 3 years. It went from 29 to 26 to 24.
Good call.
His rebounds have dropped in each of the last 3 years. The assists still pretty solid, like they always are. The steals are actually up a little bit, but this dude's going to be 38 by the time this season ends, and that's getting up there. So give me Trae Young.
Do you feel like Curry might be a little? I'm not even sure he's a first-round pick, bro. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm taking Jimmy Harden over Steph Curry. I'm taking Cade Cunningham over Steph Curry. I'm taking Devin Booker over Steph Curry. I might take Maxey over Curry, Doc, because I think Maxey's going to have a similar PRA. He was 26, 3, and 6 last year. Sounds almost identical to Steph's. The 3 balls won't be there Maxey's probably 3 threes a game, right? You can double check me on that stat. And Curry's at 4.5. So, I mean, nobody's going to be in that same cat. Well, Ant-Man is the only other guy in that same category with Steph. But dude, what Maxey's 1.8 steals, bro. That's difference making, man. Like, I would rather take a little bit of a haircut on the threes, go from 1.1 steals to 1.9 steals with I think I would take Maxey over Curry. So I love Curry. Obviously, we all love Curry. I feel like in fantasy, he's a little bit overrated, dude. Like by 5 spots overrated. Do you agree?
Maybe a little. I don't think he's going to go in the first round of a lot of drafts. I think I'm going to have him ranked somewhere between 12 and 16, probably. Yeah, I don't know. If people are drafting him 8th, then I think he is overrated. I think that's overrating Steph Curry.
And Doc mentioned the age, the injury factor. That's all I'm saying. Like, and dude, would I be geeked to get Steph Curry with the 13th pick or the 14th pick? You're damn right. You know what I'm saying? But in that first round, I feel like there's more available guys in terms of games played and guys with just a better overall stat line. All right, dude.
And
good stuff.
Curry is the original, and I said this recently. I think the original Doritos ankles guy. Like when I said this guy's ankles are made out of Doritos, which seemed to be a big hit when I said that. That was talking about Steph Curry, like you were talking about. There was a long stretch there where his ankles were rough every year, but he's really done a great job overcoming that.
He has. He's one of the best conditioned athletes that we have on earth, dude. He was at some golf tournament, right? Wearing like all the golf gear. The guy's cut, no fat at all. No, I mean, just like he's just a jock, man. Great golfer. He just like, hey, give me the ball. Throw behind my head. It goes in. The guy's a freaking magician, man. Love you, Steph. But I think you're slightly overrated in fantasy. Nothing personal, just fantasy business. Trying to win chips out here, bro. I think you would understand that. Group number 3, Doc. Group number 3 is Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox, Jaylen Brown. Brunson, Fox, Brown, go.
Fox, Brunson, Brown. Final answer. We covered De'Aaron Fox.
Fox over Brunson.
I'm going to let you have Brunson in our drafts because I know you love him. I don't know if that's the right call or not. I really like the way Jalen Brunson rebounds and has an inside game to go along with his outside game. Plus, he's just a dog. I do like Jalen Brunson. I'm going to go De'Aaron Fox first, though. I really think De'Aaron Fox has improved his free throw shooting. He's got Wemby. Chris Paul's out of the way. I just think it sets up for this to be a big year for De'Aaron Fox.
The Jaylen Brown part of this, and again, I love him, but I think he's going to get shut down. He's a very easy third here. The debate for me, and when we came up with these groupings, it was before free agency, before the draft. So, Holiday was still a Celtic, Porzingis was still a Celtic. And at the time, like I was like, oh my God, what do I do here? Now it's clear. Like you fade Brown and you go with, you got to make a pick. You can't pick, I'm going to go Brunson, and here's why, Doc. I will acknowledge and admit that I do believe De'Aaron Fox has a better stat set. There's more steals there. All right. Now, there won't be as many threes, but he's still like decent at the 3 category. But the steals are usually pretty darn nice from De'Aaron Fox. Here's the thing. I'm taking a more broad look at Jalen Brunson, Doc. I see Cat coming back to earth. And I see Brunson going back to where he was in 23-24, when he was the clear Knicks number 1. Whether people like it or not, he does too much. It's too much Brunson. That's the way they have this thing set up, and he's good for it. I think he's going to take a step up, Doc, 26, 27 points, something like that, and be one of the heavy hitters in basketball. I think he's going to be an MVP candidate this year. I see – I'm playing the career year theory card on Cat. That was a career year. He's with Tibbs, not with Tibbs anymore. So I'm fading Cat. And so by fading Cat, that elevates Jalen Brunson. For that, if I'm wrong about Cat, then I'm wrong about Fox versus Brunson. That's where that opinion comes from. I just see Brunson going higher this year. And I also see De'Aaron Fox going higher this year. But I think there's more. I'm talking about like the MVP race. I think the Knicks are going to win the East and go to the NBA Finals. I don't think it. I feel very, very strongly about it. I think Cleveland, Doc, is going to have the best record in the East, okay? But I think the Knicks are going to beat them in the playoffs and go to the finals. And I think the Knicks are going to be the second best team in the East. And at that, and obviously, if you're 1 or 2 and that kind of thing, you're an MVP candidate. That's where we get the MVP candidates, the best players and the best teams. So I'm taking Brunson, and then I'm taking Fox, and then I'm taking Jaylen Brown. But that's a good debate right there between Fox and Brunson. It's what we do, folks. Where are we at for time? All right, cool. I think we should do. How many more groups do we have here, Doc? Let's save these last couple groups, and let's get to our question. And by the way, guys, we want you during our live broadcast. Send us questions. All right, we've created a new segment at the end of the show where it's interactive. We love hanging out with you guys. Doc loves answering your questions more than he loves working with me. Okay, so we're going to honor that. We're going to go with that flow. Send us your questions at Ethos Fantasy NBA. All the tweets that we sent out, the links to our shows in the comment section. Send questions out during the live chat on the YouTube channel and with the Fantasy NBA Today podcast feed live chat. Send us questions there, or you can DM Andre on Discord. And that's ANDMLEMOS, ANDMLEMOS. You know what Andre's middle name is? The M? Mother. That's what it stands for. Andre Lamouche. That's what that M stands for right there, dude. As in bad. You know what? All right, question for today. Would you stash Tatum and Halliburton in Dynasty or stay away from it?
I apparently that's my turn to answer. Yes. These guys are going to both miss this coming season, but after that, they should be good to go. And they're those 2 top 10, well, 1 top 10 player and maybe 1 top 20 player. Some people might have him both as top 10s, but I've got one of them rated a little higher than the other. But yeah, I think you tank this year, get you a good draft pick for next year, and then you got both these guys coming back the year after.
Yeah. I'm curious. Are both Tatum and Hallie on the same team here? Would you stash Tatum and Halliburton Dynasty? I'm assuming that this manager here has both of them. That blows, dude. It really does. Doc, you bring up an interesting thing here. Do you tank? I mean, I'd love to see the rest of his roster. Maybe you don't tank. Maybe you've got enough where you can like make a run at this thing and hope for some luck. I mean, you're without 2 first-round picks. These are probably the 2 best guys in your team. Probably not going to win it all. Probably does make sense just to tank. I don't know who you're tanking for. But I would say hang in there. These are still pretty young guys, Doc. And look, I am no longer with you on Jason Tatum. I'm not. I'm gonna fight the other battle on Jason Tatum, dude. Here's why, Doc. Well, I think we're all sleeping on Jason Tatum. You guys, his PRA is 27, 9, and 6. Why do we not like that? We love Paulo Banchero's PRA. That's better. That's a better PRA than Paulo Banchero. He's at 1.1 steals, 3.5 threes. 3.5. It's elite. 45 from the field, 81 from the line. He plays SFPF, tough positions to fill. I mean, I'm on the other side of this, dude. I'm on the other side of this. Tatum is a first-round pick, back end of the first round, okay, and kind of on that like late first round, early second round bubble. Typically, not this year, but you know what? I'm going to defiantly stand up against your disregarding of Jason Tatum. I amend my opinion. You can win leagues with Jason Tatum as your first round pick with a 27, 9, and 6 PRA and 3.5 bombs a game.
All right.
Oh, so go ahead.
See you do it. I want to see you do it.
Oh, it's challenge.
We won't know this year.
We won't know this year.
This question's about buying these guys. Like, should I trade for them and stash them? Is that what he's saying? That's
not how I read it, but okay, let's go that way then. The question about buying them. Yeah. Yeah, I like it, Doc. I do. Do you think Halliburton's going to have a great career after his injury?
Yes, he should.
Do you think Jason Tatum's going to have a great career after his injury?
He should.
Exactly. Yes.
Both
Because,
of them
Doc, we talk about this. We're big on the market, okay? Are Tatum and Halliburton's value ever going to be lower than they are right now in this moment?
No.
When they're 39 years old and on the way out, that's the only other time. So, yeah, I do like the idea of getting into them. The cost will be cheap. I certainly wouldn't overpay for them for two reasons. They're coming off of a major injury, and if you deal for them now, you're probably punting your season, or you're at least diminishing your chances of winning this season. That's two reasons not to wildly spend on Tatum and Halliburton. No, if it's like, oh my God, I can get Tatum for that, pounce. Oh my God, I can get Halliburton for that, pounce. Like Andre. Andre was able to get Wemby for 4 first-round picks, okay? None of them might be worth a damn, and LaMelo Ball. That's all it took to get Wemby. Now, for him to get 4 first-round picks, Doc, was the really, really impressive part of this. I do not let you trade draft picks farther than 1 year out, okay? We're not trading 2027, 2028. We're not doing all that. It makes it too complicated and weird, and I don't want teams bundling 5, 6 first-round picks to go get Wemby. I don't want that to happen. And it's if you can cobble that all together, which Andre did very geniusly, dude. He traded 6 back to 9 and 11, and then bundled those 2 picks with 2 more picks, and one he got in a trade, and another one he had, and got Wemby. And you know what, Doc? The guy that he traded the 6 pick to get the 9 and 11. That's the guy he made the Wemby trade with. So he got 2 additional picks from this guy, then another one with a trade with Tim Woodson, and then he had his 2026 pick. And he bundled all that up and gave it right back to the same guy that he just traded with and got Wemby out of the deal. And the guy took LaMelo Ball, thinking somehow he's got value in Ball. You know what I'm thinking about doing, bro? I'm thinking about offering this guy a first-round pick in 2026 for LaMelo Ball, just to see what he says. He's just throwing shit around the league. He may give me LaMelo Ball for a 2026 first. At which point, I would get into the LaMelo Ball business for a first round.
Andre said he already traded him.
He said, "Keep up with the news." I'm working here. He traded LaMelo. Who did he? I got to figure this out. Who did he trade LaMelo to? This must have just happened. We got an update here on Doc's favorite site, Fantrax. Where's the LaMelo Ball trade? Bro, you playing me, man. He's still got LaMelo Ball. Now y'all are wrong. He's still got LaMelo Ball.
That's what Andre said. I would not have any idea.
Andre said he already traded LaMelo Ball. That's not what I'm seeing. Anyway, we'll find out.
He's probably joking.
He may be joking. I may throw a first round. Would you be mad at me for throwing a 2026 first round pick at LaMelo Ball? Do you think that's a horrible trade for me?
When I had LaMelo Ball on my team, that's part of the reason I'm not in that league anymore. Is he ruined dynasty basketball for me? Like, it was terrible. I never played. He never played. And if I would have known I could have traded him for Wemby, I would have done it in a heartbeat.
Timing is everything. Andre's timing was excellent. Guys, we are out of time. Big thanks to BetOnline for sponsoring this show. We love them. We appreciate them. For Andre Lemouche, for Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, I am Rick Kamla, and we love you guys out there. Reminder, go to sportsethos.com, subscribe to our work. Our fantasy football draft guide is out right now. It's the best in the biz. You got me on the college side. You got all the guys, including Mazalis, on the NFL side. You're not going to find better content to get you ready for the football season. And also go to your app store and download the Sports Ethos app. It's completely free. You will find soon that it is utterly amazing. We out.